I'd probably have been having like a rough 6 months to a year at work, to be honest. But this particular day was like the last straw sort of thing. Went to work, had a really rough day of it, came home, and as if by magic on my phone listening to me, I got shown an ad for like a University of Hull course through clearing. So I was like, oh, I either have to shut up moaning and just get on with it and just take it for what it is. Go do the 9 to 3 as it was. Go do the 9 to 3 and just accept that it's not really going to be fulfilling, but you're going to have a decent pension at the end of it. You're going to be able to retire at 65, all of that stuff. Or go back yourself and do something about it. But if you're going to do it, this is it. Like, you've got to make that call now. So applied for a business course at the time. I'd always been doing side hustles and doing like businesses on the side of doing the bin man stuff. So it had always been an interest of mine. But then when I started the degree, I quickly realised that it was the marketing aspect that really appealed to me, that really jumped out at me. So after about 6 months, I changed my degree to just be a marketing degree rather than business plus marketing. And then 3 years later, passed with like a first with honours, which was obviously an awesome achievement. First in my family to go to university, all of that sort of stuff. So it was like a big shift for us. And then got a gig at Rise at 7. I know you've had Stephen Kenwright on the podcast before. So I had basically been looking outside of Hull for gigs because Hull at the time didn't have a massive digital space. And Rise at 7 were doing what Rise do best and sort of stealing the show. So I bid on Carrie Rose, Kenwright, and Rise at 7 as PPC terms and put my CV on a landing page with a link to jump on a Zoom call. And they jumped on that, gave me my start, and then the rest's sort of like history. So yeah, that was why a career in digital, to be fair.
Can I just say, Ashley, that is a remarkable story that you just said. I mean, that is some going to go from being a bin man. Okay, let's call it a refuse collector, but bin man, call it what you want.
Bin man, yeah.
A lot of people look down, by the way. I mean, whenever I grew up, if I'd have said I was a bin man, I would have felt quite embarrassed saying that myself because people had that stigma of, oh my goodness, this guy's no good. He's not going anywhere. Obviously, as I've grown up, I have a lot of respect for people that refuse collectors or bin men. By the way, my wife has a lot of friends who are bin men from work, and they earn good money, by the way.
My dad was the one that got me the gig originally. He'd done it for, at the time, 21 years. So he'd been a bin man for like 20 odd years. We never wanted for anything, like paid his mortgage off, had it earned his house, took us to Florida and all these holidays and all this good stuff. So like that was an achievement for him. But then obviously looking to us, he said, no, I want you to go and do more. So like we'd gone to a really good secondary school in Hull, probably the best secondary school in Hull that you can go to at the time. And then I'd gone on to like a sixth form college and done reasonably well there. So then to be in that role, as you said, there was like embarrassment when you're speaking to friends and family because we'd always been the golden kids that were supposed to break the mold. And then I didn't feel as if I was. And then, just like not feeling fulfilled in myself because I knew that I could do more. It was just, I'd had a young family. I had to support that family. And as you mentioned, it paid well. So at the time, it was actually a means to an end and it did the job. But long term, it would have.
Can I say, how many children do you have?
I've got 5 now. So
5 children. How old? What's the age ranges? How old are they?
I had my first when I was 17, and he's 13 now. And then sort of like 2 or 3 years between them all. My youngest is 7. So it's.
Okay, do you know what that they've got a great father now to look up to. First of all, your mum and dad must be incredibly proud, and your kids. I mean, if you were my father, and and you told me that story, that sets an example of, you know what, you can do anything if you put your mind to it. You've got to work ridiculously hard. But some of the creative stuff you did there with Rise at 7 in terms of, you
Yeah,
know,
it was cool. That.
that was really clever. Okay, well, listen, I mean, I could spend a whole hour just talking about what you just said, but I'm going to crack on to the next question. But that was an amazing story.